Okay, so contrary to what we're made to believe in movies and TV shows, no relationship is perfect. And if it seems perfect, it must have taken a lot of work to get there. Yes, the beginning of relationships are tough to navigate, and if not handled well, they can make or break the longevity of a potentially good relationship. So let's help you with 5 tips for navigating a new relationship. If you just got into a relationship or you're thinking of getting into one, this is a good one for you because this is Daily Top 5!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, watch me.
Hey. All right, number 1 tip on the list, focus on the present, not the past. It's natural to bring your fears into a new relationship because you want to prevent getting your heart broken again. But even if your fears of the past are valid, they can also prevent you from truly being happy in a new relationship. So rather than comparing fear, focus on the qualities that make your new partner different. If they are trustworthy enough to date, then that means you should trust them to be with, right? Likewise, while the dating history conversation might be an important one, eventually, don't rush into it. Focus on the present, not the past. I like it. I like it a lot. A lot of times, you know, you've been heartbroken and you're just like, hey, it's hard for you not to compare when someone nice comes along. You're like, what if the same thing happens? Or what if it did what that person did and all that? But I think sometimes I like, you know, what was said that if you can trust the person enough to consider starting something with them, then might as well go for it and let go of the fears.
So what I would say is that most times you talk about, it's easy for you to point out another person's flaws or, oh, this is how you were with your ex. But if somebody is saying, oh, this is how you were in your last relationship and I'm afraid that you're going to act this way, you most likely wouldn't like it as well. So I feel it's just about giving the person a chance to prove themselves instead of you judging the person. Because sometimes people now say, oh, you already think I'm this person, so I might as well.
Because they're also giving you a chance by trying to date you as well. I like that a lot, Amanda. That's actually a fair and equality vibe to give. I like that. Honeypot, please contribute. What do you have to say about this? Have you ever dated someone where you were so focused on the past and you didn't enjoy the present? Or did a past relationship affect how you treated?
You have not left this group chat.
I'm curious about this particular one I just asked.
Interviewer.
Did a past relationship...
I am no expert in this relationship thing.
We know, man.
But what I would say here is that they have said it all. It's fine, I agree.
You're trying to be a woman of few words today, Abby. Okay.
No, especially when it comes to relationship, like,
anything that works for you.
Anything that rocks your boat, for sure, for sure.
All right, the second tip on our list is talk about the future early on. Now, while you shouldn't focus on the past, you should focus on the future, at least to an extent. Of course, you don't need to be asking about marriage or kids, but you may also not want to wait after years of dating to find out that your partner never wants to get married if marriage is a non-negotiable for you. Now, make sure you're at least on the same page as soon as you start to see a future together. Also, whether you're looking for a long-term relationship or you're just looking for more of a casual fling, tell your partner.
I like this.
You know, I like the fact that it was balanced. Yes, talk about the future, but not first dates. So what are we now? We are just on.
What is your life?
We are luncheons. We are lunch partners, right? What's going on with you? But if you are dating someone for a couple of months and sometimes you say, oh, they didn't even formally ask us because now it's no longer a thing. It's just like you're just doing this thing and months are just going and you're just in this...
Talking stage.
What is talking stage, please? What are you talking about that you cannot talk about with other people? So you need to start finding out the person's intention. And I feel like nowadays, even a thing where people don't want to get married. So it's good for you to find out where you're at. Are you a fling? Are you a situationship? Are you an entanglement? Are you somebody that they're looking to marry?
I totally agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
And I think per time you're checking, even when you've agreed that this is what you're doing, you're still checking. Because I think people get carried away and they don't know. They think they are carrying you along and they're not carrying you along and they have shifted and you're still there thinking that you're a thing. And
okay, so that's deep. That's actually an angle where people start saying we grew apart. So you're still in it with someone, and so not just talking about what we want to bring out of this relationship, but
debating. So you people would not know that. Oh, so you're just thinking that maybe the other person and that person had left you. Well, you're still seeing, but so I think per time you're checking because things are very funny these days.
It goes. And the last thing I want to say about this is that I was speaking to a friend of mine and he was talking about how his girlfriend is already talking about marriage. She wants to get married in 3 years. He's looking to get married in 6 to 7 years. I'm like, okay, do you want to marry her? And he's like, no.
He's looking to get married in 6
to 7 years. So her own timeline is 3 years. Oh, are you looking to get married to her? He's like, no. So what are you doing with her? I feel like anybody, man or woman, because I don't want to make this a man thing. If you know that you are not really interested in a long-term thing and your partner has already been open, I think it's very, very wicked to just be wasting somebody's time.
I even think that the 3 or 6 years is not even my own problem, because you can talk about it and the person, they can just go their separate ways. But that you're with that person and you don't even have intentions of marrying that person, that's deadly.
I think that's
lethal.
Especially when you know the person has intentions.
It's not nice. Stop doing it.
I like that. Thank you so much. All right, next one on the list, make sure you're attracted to the person and not just the idea of a relationship. Sometimes we want to be in a relationship so badly that we don't even realize we're more attracted to the idea of a relationship than the person we're in a relationship with. So do you just like the idea of being in a relationship, or the person actually has values that align with yours? If you're so focused on finding your happily ever after, you run the risk of overlooking flaws or red flags because your mind has already convinced yourself that this must work. Very, very straightforward. So do you just want to be able to say, oh, I'm dating, or are you actually invested in that thing? Are you actually trying to make it work? And if you're oh my gosh, it must be this way, and then you now don't see the person's flaws because you're just like, oh, I want to be in a relationship by force. So
I want to call out women on this one, because a lot of women, some women are looking forward to ring. It's a ring. You know, and men are also realizing that, oh, women are looking forward to this ring. So I have another friend who was telling me he's actually single, that he has gone to buy the ring. I'm like, for who? He's like, for whoever. So it actually shows you that you're not really thinking too deep. So you like the idea of being in a relationship. I said yes, we're a couple girls, and picture together, pre-wedding shoots. Then when all of that is now like, your eyes have cleared, you're now like, do I really like this person? That should be the first question, don't you think so?
I like that.
Yeah. All right, the fourth tip on our list is don't have important conversations over text. Texting should not be used for anything deeper than quick checkups, making plans, or laughing out loud over viral funny videos. Discussing your feelings for one another or getting into disagreements should always be done in person. Trust us on this one. Remember that a lot can be lost in translation when texting, which can also lead to more misunderstanding.
I think that's self-explanatory. Yeah. I don't think there's any need to overflog that.
Your mind, that's saying it calmly. The person is reading you that you're screaming.
Yeah.
No, I don't really like what you're saying. See, texting, I think texting is actually a problem in relationships.
I agree completely. All right, final tip on our list, if you're, dating newly, be yourself. Oh, don't try to be what you're not to impress someone. It is not sustainable, I promise you. I know it sounds cliche, but this tip can save you a lot of wasted time. It can be tempting to fake it sometimes, but just be honest and upfront with your likes, dislikes, and who you are. It will save you the heartbreak of being with a person who actually is probably not a good match for you based on the persona you've put up. Yeah.
Some of us cannot even pretend.
Be yourself, guys. Yes. With these few points of ours.
That's all we can take.
That's all we can take.
You see, so when
now you want to talk.
No,
before
you're saying all these things,
no,
I'm just imagining somebody watching this and the person knows that, oh, these things are the truth. But you know how we deceive ourselves, especially when you found yourself in certain relationships and you know that this thing is about you. It's talking to you.
But you think they're talking to your neighbor?
But guess what? You're saying, no, you're pushing it away.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm using one corner eye to look at you. You better put yourself together and know what you're doing. This is too early in 2021. I'm just saying because this relationship matter. Get us a bill.
Thank you, guys. We'll be back after this break to discuss today's Wise Up matter.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hey.